Alex, may I call you Alex?
Yes, of course.
How are you today? The most important question I'm going to ask you.
I'm good, thank you.
Already prepared for this weekend?
Hope so.
I hope so. Okay, well, let's talk a little bit about that. What are the differences between Pep and Mikel Arteta for you, having played for both?
Well, I think we are all different as a persons, I mean, both of them, they are winners, that's for sure. Both of them, they love to win every single game. It doesn't matter which competition is it. Both of them, they have a slightly different way in terms of football, I mean, structure and stuff, and they have their own ideas, which is true and which is right, I would say, because you can't be exactly the same like the other managers. You're always going to have some your ideas, and but there is a lot of similar things, you know, they have with each other. That's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, they both started in Barcelona as kids.
Both Spanish.
Both Spanish. That helps. I've read you a huge fan of Ronaldinho, who's also Barcelona. So I guess you have this sort of extended connection to Barcelona Football Club through Pep, through Mikel, and through your love for Ronaldinho. I asked about Ronaldinho because I want to know about your favourite position on the pitch. I've read you were a striker before, and Ronaldinho was your idol. What do you think of your position now?
Well, I used to start as a striker, but then obviously clever guys realized that this is not my job for sure. And at some point, I remember one competition was when I was like about 8 or 9. I started to play in midfield, and I really enjoyed that because you are always involved in the game, you're always on the ball, you're always there. And as a striker, sometimes you can be off the game, you know, when the ball is quite far away from you. But in midfield, you always have to be involved in every single action. So that's what I like to start to do, and yeah, that's what actually my position since I was 9. Since I was 9, I would say.
But does any feeling beat scoring a goal? Because strikers, that's what you're paid to do. Nothing can beat that, right? To
be fair, I used to score a lot when I was at the age of 6, 7, 8. And then I started to get used to play in midfield, and I really enjoyed more doing assists and stuff like this. So,
well, on that topic, I want to ask, because when you're talking about when you were young, what you bring to the side, a determination, a resilience, because I've also researched that at one point you were told you were too small and you had to work hard, and your mother just encouraging you and teaching you hard work and discipline. Is that what you also try to bring to the team as a leader, considering all you've won as well?
Well, I think in our team there is a lot of leaders. For me, leaders is not just who makes difference on the pitch. The leaders could be also off the pitch, and we have plenty of them in the dressing room, you know, because it's so important even for the mood. When you drop some points, and on the next day when everyone arrives at training ground, you are in a bad mood, you didn't sleep well, you was thinking too long, you know, about the game, about poor performance and stuff like this. It's important to have leaders in the dressing room which can keep your heads up and say the right things. So we have plenty of them in our team.
But it's also not about being serious. Every Arsenal player I've spoken to over the past year have said you're a really funny guy. You seem to know when to lighten the mood in a high-stakes situation at the training ground, just to let everybody calm down a bit. What was your initiation song? Zinky, the Teletubbies theme song or something?
I don't know, honestly. This is Ramsdale was talking something about this, but it didn't stick with me. Okay, so good. Nobody calls me like that. Well, I think it's important to have a good mood in the dressing room, in the team, but you need to know in which kind of situations you can do it, because at some point you need to be serious, and at some point you need to make team more calm or make them laugh. So you need to feel these moments when is the best way to do.
Yeah. Going back to the match at hand, particularly for your relationships with players that you played with before at City, are you still friends with any of them off the pitch, of course?
Of course, with all of them. We keep in touch with all of them, and of course with our schedule is quite tough to do it, but off the pitch we are friends, but on the pitch there is no friends.
You must be really anticipating this game because they are your friends, and you missed the Community Shield, if I remember correctly, the season opener.
Yes, but for sure it's going to be a completely different game, 100%.
Okay. What about Mikel Arteta? Going back to him once more. What kind of conversations did you have with him to encourage you to join the club? I mean, you knew him beforehand, of course.
Well, he told me about the project of this club. He told me about where he sees me on the pitch and the plan which he has in his head and stuff. So I really enjoyed everything. And being even at City, I used to watch Arsenal a lot, and I really enjoyed the way they play. And I felt always that Arsenal's time is coming. So that's why I didn't have any doubts to join Arsenal.
Yeah, there's something really special about Arsenal. I'm sure you grew up watching some of the greats who've now retired, your Thierry Henrys and the like, so it must be a real privilege to wear the badge.
It's a childhood dream which came through, and being a kid I used to enjoy watching Arsenal with the big names which you mentioned already, and there was plenty of them, like Cesc Fabregas when he was 17 years old, you know, playing consistency good. It was something different, you know, and that's why I was a big fan of Arsenal.
Yeah. Have you had a chance to speak to any of these legends of Arsenal since you joined the club?
Yes, 100%. With some of them personally, with some of them by phone chatting. So it's a big honor for me.
Yeah, and it feels like a family at Arsenal.
Yeah, that's for sure. You know, even the legends which played before in Arsenal, they're always trying to be in touch. Some of them talking to the social media, you know, supporting Arsenal, following Arsenal. So yeah, we feel like a big family.
As for the current players, I know you're all very family-like as well. Bukayo Saka's got some injury concerns. I have no idea what the update is, but I think he's played in 87 consecutive league matches. It's a club record. If he was to be missing for a period of time, how much of a miss would he be?
Well, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know anything about his update at the moment and how he feels, but what can I say, that he's so important player for us. He's unbelievable, and it looks like there is still a lot of space he has to improve, and his potential, I would say, sky is the limit.
Yeah. Is there any advice that you would want to give him to ensure that he stays on the track, because he's still so young?
I'm definitely not the right person to give him advice, because he's the guy who is making difference in every single game. The only one thing I can say, just do anything you want and try to be that consistency like you are, and actually just keep going.